What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day, and I have to say it's a happy day. Happy day today. So check this out, man. This is full circle. I came around my very first year. Today is the day, my first year of doing knife reviews, and this is the one I started with right here. 1 year ago, my Esee. This is the knife that got this whole ball rolling, and I have given it a whole year of usage. You could even see a little bit of the wear, not much, because this thing just held up. I mean, you could see where I strike with it and whatnot, and I mean, I just love this knife. I love this knife. This has been probably my most carried camp knife, this one, and probably over the last year, my top silent hero have gone out with me probably the most for survival knife. And I've had camp knives and folders and different things that I brought with me, but this guy is almost always with me when I hit the woods. It is just a phenomenal knife. So what I want to do is over the last year, I have a couple videos with this knife featured. My first one, obviously, a year ago, which you look back on it now, it's like completely different, man. It is so boring. I watch that thing and I want to shoot myself in the face. But yeah, I did a versus with this knife. I did a revisited with this knife, and now this is full circle 1 year later. And I figure what better knife to bring out on my 1 year knife review anniversary than the one that got it started. So I'm going to do that. Also, I just want to show you a couple things. I've been making some knives. Check out this little fighter right here I made. This is pretty cool. I sharpened up the swedge pretty good. It's like a 80% sharpen right here. I gave it, instead of a tanto tip, I gave it that curled tip, and then obviously your edge here, and then I blued it a bit and just gave it that rustic look. And I have to say that shape came out pretty badass. I also made a machete recently. Check this thing out. So yeah, I made this and I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. I did a little saw back on it. It just came out so freaking cool. I didn't do a swedge. I grinded down the edges so it's not squared off here. That way the tip is going to have a little bit more, but being a machete, it's not a stabber. However, with this shape, you can definitely use it for it. This is going to be an arm lopper offer. I have to say that this came out really freaking cool. So I have those. I'm going to have to get to those someday. But today, it's all about bring back the Esee. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've said a lot about this knife in the past videos that I've done of it, and there's nothing I can say to improve on what I've said other than a year later. And this thing is, I mean, it's got some dings up here from striking ferro rods, but there's zero edge damage on this thing. And I mean, all of the coating is still there. You can see almost like a little nick in the coating, or a little fade in the coating right there, but not really. You'd have to really eyeball that just to see any part of the coating. You can see it getting darker. That means it's just rubbing off some of the, it's smoothing, I guess you could call it. Wherever it's dark, you can see that means it's getting smooth. So all this bumpy area, it's just smoothing out. And that's the wear. After a year, that's the wear I have on this thing. And it's not exclusive. I don't only use it, so it's not a year of use every day. But it's after a year of me using it. And even just 3 videos worth of using it, and you'd think you'd have more marks on this thing just after using it in 3 different videos. No, there's just, it's awesome. It's just an awesome freaking knife. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you a couple clips of some past usage, and then we're going to go outside and we're going to bang this thing around again and show you the Esee, man. It's the knife. It's just, this is one that is worth owning, carrying, having, you know, making love to in the back of a pickup truck. This thing is everything a knife should be. So let's get started on this bad boy. All right, guys. All right. So this is how it started right here. I'm about to show you my very first line ever as a knife reviewer. What's going on, YouTube? Got a tree growing out of the back of my head, and it's a great day for a knife review. Yep. What's going on, YouTube? I got a tree growing out of the back of my head, and it's a great day for a knife review. That's how I got it started. You can see. All right, so it paused. Hold on, let me press play again. Let me turn down that volume too. From trying to work. So this was when I started. I would hold the camera while I did my chops, and half the time I would lose you guys because, you know, I was just getting started and I didn't know anything about what I was doing. It's pretty easy to see. Look, I even held the camera the wrong way. But that's how I started my videos. That thing started out chopping pallets. That was its first job. So the next time I brought out the SE6, hey, look at that. I was wearing Celtics gear. Imagine that's what I'm wearing now. So, you know, I brought it to the water bottle. I gave it a quick wassa. And little do you know, but it actually did cut in half. Hold on. So, of course, I brought it back to the pallet. Showed you that the thing still chops pallets. Oh, yeah. All right, so that was my first on-air throw with the SE6. Ah, snap. Man, that thing still flies straight. Oh, I love it. So then I eventually did a versus between the SE6 and the Ontario Rat 7, where as good as the Rat was, the SE6 just outshined it. It's just a better knife. And that brings us all the way back to today, right now, 1 year, and we're about to take it outside. And who knows, maybe we'll hit a pallet. I don't know. I know I have one out there, but let's go and give this beast a few whacks and pay a little 1 year homage to the old SE6. And in this year, I have not even sharpened the blade. Not at all. This edge is 1 year old with usage, and I have not taken it to a stone. That's it. What I did do one couple times is I took a piece of leather and I just brushed back on the steel on a piece of leather, and that just keeps it honed, you know what I mean? But that's it. That's all I've done. It was on this little piece of leather right here. So throughout a year, I've touched it to leather, and I think I did it twice. And once was just after I cleaned some sap off it, just to make sure all the sap was gone. But not because it really needed to have the edge worked. So that's pretty damn good. All right, let's go outside. All right, so here we are outside. We got a pallet. So I figure, you know, we use a pallet every time with this knife. Why not use it a little bit more, right? And go old school. I'm actually going to hold you guys in my hand while I do it. Look at that. Look at that. It's the SE6. It's the SE6. So, guys, this blade is just chunknastic. It's awesome. It's phenomenal. It's windy out here. It's kind of chilly. I should have probably put something on. I don't know. All right, so I wasn't planning on coming over here and doing this, but you know what? For a blade that hasn't been sharpened, I want to see if it'll actually cut. So, let's see. Push cut. Ugh. I'll tell you, I had to press some power into it, but after a year not sharpening it, this thing just push cut through that nylon rope. I have brand new out of the box knives that can't do that. This is a year on that edge, and I push cut, and it took some power. I'm not gonna lie, I had to work at it. Push cut straight through that. 1 freaking year later. Nice. I pressed play and pause at the same time. All right, so let's see. We'll knock one of these down. That was pretty simple. Of course it was the SE6. Let's take that off. We'll take that off. Let's see. We'll take that off. We'll take that off. We'll take that off. And we'll chop it down a little bit. Why? Because it's the SE6. How's that edge after a year? How's that edge after a year? Oh my gosh. I have to say, when I'm in the woods and I'm using this for camping, a lot of times it's for food prep and things like that, but I'll do like notches and I'll shave things down. Like if I don't have my walking sticks with me or something, I'll use my Esee for stuff like that. But it's for basic camp use. But that's how I've been using it. You know, cutting rope at the campsite. I've probably made, you know, kindling maybe, I don't know, 4 times with the knife. So it doesn't, you know, you're not out there, because when you're at a campsite, you're pretty much prepared. So you don't need it for batoning and things like that. But notching, things like that, I used it to make a bow while at the campsite and different things like that. So it gets its use, but it gets realistic use. You know what I mean? So let's see. Marshmallow sticks I've used for, or hot dog sticks, things like that. Just easy money. The thing is just a beast. It started out day one as just an excellent freaking superior knife, and you know, day 365, here I am, still with the same feeling I had day one. You know what I mean? I love it. I love this knife. It is still a pit spike maker. It's still crazy cool. It's still just as awesome as it was. It still gets the job done no matter what job I need it to get done. It's the SE6, guys. This is 1 year, I can't believe it, of this knife doing exactly what I'm doing now. Just getting some work done, you know, being out in the trees and having some fun. And you know, I didn't do 365 days of pallet chopping, but I didn't need to. And this thing just holds up. You know, I mean, obviously you can see where I used it to strike a couple fires, but it's just awesome, man. This is 1 year. This is my anniversary. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Ah! So, yeah, man, I just want to say to everybody who's been with me from the beginning or pretty close thereof, you know what I mean? I don't know how many people are actually from the beginning have stayed with me since day one. I know DJ Billy B has. I know Eric Batchelor has. You know, I know there's some people that have been with me since the beginning. And, you know, to those who have been with me 365 days, to those who have been with me for 365 seconds, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. And, you know, I'm going to be bringing you a lot. I mean, just a lot more videos, a lot more content. You're going to get more knives. You're going to get more verses. You're going to get more creations. You're going to get more survival stuff. Who knows? Maybe we'll actually catch that Bigfoot I'm always talking about having a fight with. And we'll see if we can't get in a little Bigfoot wrangling going on. But all in all, guys, 365 days of hell yeah. And I just want to say thanks. I appreciate it. I'm going to be making more. So stay tuned in, share, like, do all that crap that everybody else tells you to do. And just stick with me. I'm Donnie B all day for another year, baby.